Today we're talking about death, but not the metaphor of death. Actual deaths, like Final Destination level death. Crazy deaths that Mrs. P found on Wikipedia. Not suspicious deaths. No. Crazy deaths, like lions and toilets and elephants. Oh my! On today's episode of
Too Many Tabs.
Remember to smile.
Welcome to Too Many Tabs, a podcast where a husband and wife duo sit next to each other at a table. And like all of you out there, I have been wrapped, poring over the Epstein Files.
No.
I'm like, what?
No.
What?
No, we
What?
are not doing that today.
Is that Lysol?
No, it's water, I swear.
It's like, it burns a little
Okay,
bit.
well, maybe we'll learn a lesson.
About what?
We're not talking about that today.
What are we talking about then?
We're going to talk about death.
Jeffrey Epstein had a suspicious death. Ow!
No.
Okay.
We're going to talk about silly Billy, kind of humorous, weird, wild, like that movie Final Destination, death.
Okay.
We're not talking about the Epstein Files. We're talking about stuff that should be in the X Files.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Understood. Okay.
All right?
Okay.
You ready to get started?
Can you put the water bottle down?
Yeah, I'll put it right over here.
Oh, great.
So
That's
everybody-
fine.
Well, not the logo
Not
out.
label out.
They didn't
Not-
pay for that.
No,
Listen.
no.
So listen, no, here's what happened. I found a wiki page.
A Wikipedia
A
page?
Wikipedia page that's literally called List of Unusual Deaths.
That's where you started your tabs this week?
Yeah, I literally was like, wait, hold on. And when you go to this page, there's so many. And then there's lists within lists within lists. There's tabs within tabs within tabs within one wiki page. So I spent hours just scrolling through, finding the weirdest, silliest, and deeply concerning deaths I could.
Okay, so this is just a list of deaths?
Yeah, but like it's also like not talking about the news, right?
I guess that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think just talking about a bunch of people dying is probably better than talking about the news, which is mostly a bunch of people.
Listen, okay?
What?
I wanted to start somewhere where you're comfortable.
Okay, where am I comfortable?
Which is Greek tragedies.
Oh, yeah, ancient Greek tragedies.
Ancient Greek tragedies.
Okay.
That's where you're comfortable. You love that stuff.
I do. You know what? There's something about Greek islands that are a lot different.
Nope. I swear to God.
Okay.
Don't you dare. What I'm going to talk about is Aeschylus. Is that how you say his name?
Aeschylus?
Aeschylus, the father of Greek tragedy, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how he died? No, you don't know how he died. He died because a tortoise was dropped from the sky because an eagle was holding it. And the eagle, I guess, mistaken him for a rock and dropped the tortoise on his head thinking he could crack the tortoise open, but instead killed that dude.
Wait, hold on. One of the fathers of Greek tragedy. Uh-huh. The guy, he wrote the Orestia.
Yep.
Like, he wrote, like, all these plays about Agamemnon, all these different things. He's just walking down the road one day.
It's funny because he actually, they used to go and like talk to people that would give them omens, right? That was like a thing back then.
Yeah.
They didn't call them psychics. They were like, we checked the omens or the oracles.
Oracles, yeah. They would go to the oracle.
Yeah.
And the oracle was a lady who was high on vapors.
Same.
Not even drugs.
Yeah.
Well, some of them used drugs, but there was like cracks in the ground, right? And they would like huff the ground, and then they'd be like, oh, and they would tell you basically a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, one of the oracles had told him that he was going to die from something falling on him. That's what she had predicted years prior.
And then he said, in bed.
Oh.
Right? That's what you do with fortune cookies.
Years prior. But so he had always been staying inside. Like, he, like, for the end of his life, he literally would, like, not go outside.
He was Donnie Darko?
He was Donnie Darko.
He was Donnie Darko. He's like, plane engines.
Yeah, but so he was waiting for a rock or something. So when he saw
piano,
a tortoise
anvil.
coming at him, he had no idea.
I don't think he saw it.
No, he didn't.
I think he was
I don't think he looked up.
I think he was just outside, and they're like, eagle screech, and then gone.
Yeah, honestly,
Because I'm guessing he was bald.
I mean, they all are, aren't they?
Well,
in all the
paintings,
in all the
paintings of like philosophers and things like that. Because I mean, I'm just to assume that he's a rock.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, you gotta be they're like, that's a shiny rock, and it's just a bald Greek.
Speaking of things falling.
Oh, like Andrew Schultz's podcast ratings?
I swear to God.
Okay.
Swear to God.
Right.
I swear.
Okay.
Coconuts.
Coconuts?
One of your favorite type of sweet treats. Coconuts.
It is. I've grown into loving coconuts. I didn't
love a
like
coconut sweet treat.
Almond Joys, when I was a kid, were the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
And then I met you.
Yeah.
And then you eat the almond.
I do.
And I eat the joy.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
And I'm like, give me that little chocolate covered almond.
Don't do that. I finally let you back in this thing and you laugh at that the way you laughed at it, Mr. Third. You haven't been in this room in 4 months. Okay, all right. No, but for real, I didn't like coconut when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I didn't like coconut.
But now you love them. You like macaroons.
I love a macaroon.
Oh, you like coconut cake.
I like coconut water.
Oh, you like the coconut sweet treats I made at Christmas for our food idiot episode?
Yes, I love those.
Idiot.
Those are, that was
It was food idiot,
Yeah, it was
right?
vibing with the food idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a special one that we put up for
So
everybody.
listen, coconuts are killers though. And I don't mean because of food allergies.
Oh, really?
I mean, many people have died from falling coconuts coming out of trees.
Really?
To the point where there's a whole Wikipedia page with just lists of people dying from coconuts falling. This shit is dangerous.
Coconuts are a deadly weapon?
Yes, absolutely. And the funniest thing is there's all this list of all these people that had passed away because they were under a coconut tree and a coconut fell and hit them.
Okay.
Right? Very sad, very tragic. I could not believe how many people passed away. But leave it to a man from Pennsylvania to find a way to have a coconut be the end of him. Because you're like thinking, there's no coconut trees here.
There are no coconut. Like famously, like we don't have palm trees here. It's currently frozen outside.
Yeah.
There's ice everywhere, and not the okay, I'm talking about weather.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So like palm trees, coconut trees, they can't live here.
No, they don't live here.
We're the definition of as far from tropical as possible.
So this guy in Pennsylvania,
Okay.
he is trying to crack open a coconut. This is in Newcastle, Pennsylvania in 1923, by the way.
Okay. Okay. It's probably the first coconut he's ever seen.
He's like, what am I going to do with this?
It's 1923.
I heard there's something delicious inside.
This is before Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
So like this is before like the classic Looney, because like, and when I think of coconuts falling on people,
Yeah.
I think of like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Coconut hits, and then they have the really big
Yep.
oversized welt comes out. But you're saying it could just be death.
They didn't get a welt.
They did not get a welt. They just cracked their skull.
Done.
Okay.
So this guy,
He has
he
a coconut.
gets a coconut.
So it's not falling.
He's in Pennsylvania. He has purchased some type of coconut
He
or has
has
given it
it
to him
in his hands.
And he decides he's going to crack it open
Okay.
using the butt end of his loaded revolver.
What?
And as he's whacking the coconut with the butt end of the revolver, the gun discharges and shoots him in the gut, and he dies.
He was trying to make a macaroon and he got a tummy shot?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I know.
That's the dumbest. That's stupid.
I know.
That's a stupid way to die.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a very dumb way to die.
Listen.
Yeah?
Let's take a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, I want to talk to you about vending machines.
Vending machines. So you said vending machines.
Yes, absolutely.
I immediately picture the sticker.
Yep.
Yeah.
So rocking and tilting vending machines has been known to cause serious injury and death if
Yeah.
the machines fall over on you, right?
Yeah, because they're very heavy machines. They're
Yes.
also always pointy.
Yeah.
That's always driven me crazy. Is like vending machines have now especially now that we're parents.
Yeah.
I notice points everywhere.
Yeah.
Vending machines have very sharp points.
Well, listen. Many people have tried to rock vending machines to try to release stuck products or maybe try to get something for free or maybe they're trying to get change, whatever. So many people got hurt because they were rocking vending machines that the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission in 1995 did a study. And they found that at least 37 people died and over 113 injuries had occurred because of this.
Wow.
Because of these results, the big vending machine industry started a voluntary campaign in which vending machine manufacturers created the now famous warning label sticker showing the little guy being like about to get clobbered by a vending machine.
Yeah, it looks like
do not rock.
It literally looks like the vending machine is like, do you want to come to my island? As it's like jumping at them.
I will get the
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to keep it in my lap.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
Because I can't do the mouse, the laptop, and keep you in line.
I understand, but listen, the thing is with all those warning labels, right?
Yeah.
Like people talk about ladders a lot. Like every warning label on a ladder is because enough people did that they were like, this is now a legal concern.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to put warning labels on anything. They didn't want to
No.
put warning labels on cigarettes. They definitely didn't want to put them on vending machines.
And we're not putting them on guns.
No, we're definitely not.
So the thing is, when you look at the statistics, the vast majority of injuries and deaths by vending machine happen to men.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes total sense. That 100% makes sense. Every time I've ever seen a vending machine get its shit rocked, it was always a big strapping dude who was like, I'm getting that bag of pretzels. And it's always pretzels. It's always like the pretzels catch and then a Snickers bar's on top. And then when you come up and it's like the quadruple trifecta, you have two options in that world. You shake the vending machine and it comes loose, or you just keep putting money into it, thinking the weight will eventually hit a jackpot. And then you're like, I don't like Sour Patch Kids that much.
Oh,
but that's where they have to fall.
Sour Patch Kid. Yeah. They like rip the enamel off your teeth in the perfect way.
I was never a Sour Patch guy. But the other thing I'll say is I feel like when you're looking at it, and this is where gender roles come in, a man would think I can grab this and I can shake the entire vending machine, right? Yeah. But when it comes to a woman, you're like, you got that little arm.
Yeah.
Get up in there.
Yeah. Can I reach it?
Can I reach it?
Can I reach it?
And then you get stuck.
I have not gotten
stuck. No, but then the woman gets stuck.
Some people do get stuck.
And then there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And then it's a long weekend.
See?
And they starve to death with a bag of pretzels just inside of their reach.
Wow. What a way to go.
And that's a tragedy. Is that in the list?
That's not on the list.
Well, it's in my list.
I would say the last time I ever shook a vending machine to try to get a snack out of it that I paid for.
Okay.
It was at Community College of Philadelphia.
Okay, that's that.
Famously where I graduated from.
Yeah.
And
general studies.
I did not get general studies.
Oh, no, that was me.
That was you.
I meant to say
paralegal studies. Thank you.
Associate degree.
But I didn't rock it from the front. I shimmied in between it and something else so I could rock it from the side, and I just pushed it to the tilt and then let it fall back down. And when it slammed on the ground from the side, it dropped my Snickers bar probably.
You just described a different way of getting crushed.
Yeah, but it didn't
You're
happen.
like, no. I wedged myself between the vending machine and the wall in a leverage fashion. Mm-hmm. And then I pushed it so it would come slap back. And it didn't, luckily, unlike American imperialism, it didn't blow back into your face.
No, I got my little candy bar and I went to class.
Okay, well, good.
So,
because you want to keep your blood sugar up.
In 2012, a report stated that the odds of winning a Powerball are 1 in 175 million.
Okay.
It is a chance of 1 in 112 million of getting killed by a vending machine.
So you're more likely to get killed by a vending machine than you are to win the Powerball.
Yes.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
There's a Venn diagram in my head right now.
Okay.
Of people killed by vending machines and people who play the Powerball, and it's the same circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like I'm gonna throw it out there right now of like, I need this little bag of pretzels, and also I need this Powerball to hit is the same mentality.
Absolutely.
It's 100% the same exact person. That's incredible. Just imagine getting that. You get to the afterlife waiting room like from Beetlejuice, and you're just surrounded by dudes who are like, I got crushed by a vending machine while I had the winning Powerball ticket in my pocket. It's got to be at least 3.
My favorite thing about the lottery tickets that you buy that are next to the vending machines.
And now there's lottery ticket vending machines.
Yeah, there's lottery ticket vending machines next to food vending machines sometimes.
Yeah.
And I always think to myself, why do you think you're so lucky? What about your life right now makes you think that if you were in a grocery store buying a little lottery ticket that you're lucky enough?
But imagine going to the Coinstar.
Yeah.
Cashing in your change to buy a lottery ticket.
And then you get your lottery ticket and you're like, oh, I have $3 left. I think I'll get a bag of Skittles. But what happens is
gets caught.
The Skittles pull out a filling, and now you have to pay for the dentist. And the lottery ticket you didn't win, so now you have to pay the dentist.
Yeah, and that's a different form of insurance you don't have.
Wait, listen.
We just described a bad day.
A really bad day.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about good days.
Good days.
Amusement park days.
Oh, no.
I want to tell you something about amusement parks.
I
didn't know they were so dangerous.
I did.
I didn't know. I knew they were dangerous because, like, once in a while in the news, you'd be like, oh, something bad happened at the amusement park. Somebody got stuck. When I tell you, I've read through pages and pages and pages of people dying and getting maimed at amusement parks. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to go back. It is incredibly scary. And they're listed in these Wikipedia pages by, like, different rides. So like when you look at like the Six Flags page, it's like this ride killed this many people. This ride killed this. The log flume drowned. This thing dropped.
We gotta start putting teardrops on these rides.
Yeah.
They should start getting teardrop tattoos on the rides when you pull up. You must be this tall to be murdered by this ride.
There are so many deaths at amusement parks.
Yeah.
And so I had to go through and try to find the most, I'm going to say, and this, I'm trying to be nice.
Okay.
Like the dumbest ones.
Yeah, well, because
The
there's
least scary.
Yeah, because there's sometimes you're like, oh my God, I'm going to go on that roller coaster and something breaks and you're decapitated.
Yeah.
That's not
funny. I don't like that.
That's not only not funny, but that's very just like, it's going to happen.
So let's talk about Six Flags.
Six Flags?
2003.
With the Venga bus?
2 guests are involved in a fight over $10 worth of marijuana at the front gate of the park.
Okay.
Which led to a shooting.
What?
One guy shot another guy before they even got into the park because he wouldn't give him the $10 in weed.
For a dime bag?
Literally.
He got shot for a dime bag before he even got into the park.
No, really.
The guy was like, I really want to get as high as King Dakar.
Yeah.
And you're not giving me the dime bag. And then he killed him.
Yeah. And I need to tell you that made me laugh really loud about that is that in the Wikipedia article,
yeah,
they literally were like, it was over $10. Like even Wiki was like, this is dumb. You murdered someone, you died over $10.
That's so, and this is also crazy because it's 2003 where it's like, that's difficult. It's like now you would just use a promo code for IndaCloud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like what the fuck?
Let's talk about Disney.
Oh God.
On June 17th, 1966, a 19-year-old man named Thomas Guy Cleveland from California was killed attempting to sneak into the park by climbing onto the monorail track.
The monorail?
Ignoring security officers who were shouting at him, warnings, get down. He was struck by the monorail and dragged 40 feet down the track and died.
The monorail.
And this is in 1966.
The monorail is raised. It's you know how difficult it is to get killed by you have to work to get killed by a monorail.
Yeah.
Monorails usually kill a town's economy.
Yeah.
Since the Simpsons episode. But killing a single man, he had to work.
Also, my whole thought was that it's 1966. Disney's not even that expensive.
It's like a nickel.
Yeah.
That's now going to Disney, a family of 4 going to Disney is $1,000. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's crazy because they realize, all these companies have realized that they no longer price to see what is competitive. They price to see what the breaking point is now. Need easy, clean meals? Green Chef is the trusted authority in clean eating. Delivering only real farm-sourced ingredients, Green Chef has over 40 clean, customizable weekly recipes. Every Green Chef box comes with certified organic produce and responsibly sourced proteins and seafood.
It is incredible. Honestly, we had this pork and caper sauce with feta cheese recently.
That one.
So good.
That was really good. I really like the street cart style turkey bulgur bowls. I'm telling you, it tasted so much like something I would get from a halal cart, but when it was done, I didn't feel like I wanted to immediately fall asleep.
Take a nap.
I felt like I wanted to hop up. I wanted to do things. Not necessarily do the dishes, but I wanted to do things.
There weren't a lot of dishes thanks to Green Chef.
No, it was an amazing. It was so easy to do. Take control of your health without the stress. Let Green Chef do the research, meal planning, and grocery shopping while you enjoy low prep, low mess meals. Right now, go to greenchef.com/TABSGRAZA and use code TABSGRAZA to get started with 50% off Green Chef and a free Graza olive oil set in your second and third boxes. This 50% offer is only available for a limited time, so do not wait. That's code TABSGRAZA at greenchef.com/TABSGRAZA.
So we're still in Disney.
Okay.
It's 2025.
2025. This year. Last year.
Last year.
Time is a flat circle.
Yeah.
It is.
Not real anymore.
No, it's not real. You know what else isn't real?
What?
4chan. It was actually an Epstein. No.
Stop
Okay.
it. Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it. A woman in her 60s was found unresponsive after riding the Haunted Mansion holiday ride. She was taken to a local hospital and pronounced dead later that day.
Wait, she died on the Haunted Mansion ride?
Yes.
She's haunting the Haunted Mansion ride.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought it up.
Oh my God.
Because the Haunted Mansion ride is officially truly haunted. Someone passed away on the ride.
Which one though? Are we talking about Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Tokyo, Disney Paris?
No, don't do this to me right now.
Why?
I can't. Okay, listen. The Disney Wikipedia pages of Disney incidents is too long. Every Disney park has its own page, and every Disney park's own page has links to all the accidents, all the lawsuits, everything. It's too much. I just started labeling them Disney. I couldn't keep track. There's just too many.
So you mean to tell me that if you have a 1 in 4 chance of if you go to the Haunted Mansion on Disney, that it's actually haunted?
Yes.
Okay.
What would you do if you haunted that ride?
What would I do if I
Yeah,
haunted
like
that
if you
ride?
were a ghost.
Okay.
And you're stuck for eternity in a Haunted Mansion ride.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, so my first thought immediately is to be in the ballroom scene, because that's like a kind of cool scene. But I think what I actually would want to be, at the end when you're like riding together with your honey and you're in, because the Disney, that is actually just like a dark ride.
Yeah.
So you're in the dark ride and then it turns you towards the mirror and they put a ghost between you.
Yeah.
I would be the ghost that shows up between you.
Oh my God.
And I would pop in and be like, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Hey,
God!
Stop ruining people's Disney experiences. They paid $5,000 to get in there.
Yeah, you know who was in the Epstein Files?
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh.
See, he's going to come up later. I would do, not that ride, the one that's like the haunted drop ride, whatever, the Tower of Terror.
The Tower of Terror?
That's the one I would want to haunt.
You would want to haunt the Tower of Terror?
Yeah, because what I would do is, okay, so I'm a ghost on the Tower of Terror.
Okay, as a ghost.
We get to the top. We get to the top.
And then right before it drops.
They cut the lights.
Yeah.
Right before it drops, the person who I've decided I hate the most, I'm just going to put my finger and click and unbutton their seatbelt. They'll be fine. There's a bar.
You're a murdering ghost. You're going to take all your little ghost powers. Like, remember in the movie Ghost?
Exactly. You gotta, and I'm going to press the button. Their seatbelt's they're going to hear the click. Only they'll hear the click. The panic that will flush through them. The ride drops.
I'm going to tell
their knees are going to touch the bar because there's still a bar. Their knees, give me the bottle back. You give me that.
No.
Give me the water bottle
No.
back. Yes.
I want it.
For why?
Because I'm tired of being sprayed every time I bring up the Epstein Files.
Give me the water bottle back. Thank you.
All right, I want you to make me a promise.
Okay.
That you will outlive me.
Yes.
Because I cannot take being haunted by you. You are already coming up with plans on what you would do if you were haunting the Tower of Terror.
What would I do if I was
to add terror to people? You're like, nah, ride's not scary enough. I've seen too many TikToks of people posing right as it drops. Everyone else is screaming, ah! And then someone, ooh, look at me.
That's the person. The person that I see getting their phone ready to take a selfie.
No, they don't have to. No, you don't do the selfie.
Oh, yeah, they have
the camera thing. And so right as it drops, they're like, oh, look at me. And they do like a slow-mo thing. I'm like, oh, because it's like they're doing the, what's the Zoom cam or whatever?
That guy wasn't allowed at the Grammys this year.
Yeah, what is
the guy that does like the cool slow motion
Yeah,
picture.
It has a name for it.
There was a whole drama.
Glambot.
Yeah, there was a whole drama
It's
with
because
J-Lo.
Jennifer Lopez was a bitch to him.
Yeah, anyway.
It's not his fault that Jennifer Lopez was a bitch. Like,
yeah,
I don't
she's a bitch to everybody. That's like the whole thing.
That's like, especially the people who actually sing her songs.
She doesn't have any talent. Yeah, she steals Ashanti's music.
I would not say that Jennifer Lopez doesn't have any talent.
Okay.
I'm just saying that she has very little.
She has a talent for getting divorced.
Whoa.
So let's
listen. When you mentioned Liz Taylor in our divorce episode,
she's an icon, a legend.
Okay.
A woman of talent. Okay. And sophistication.
Whose talent was getting divorced.
And also getting jewels.
That's all right.
Okay, so
like Ben Affleck isn't a jewel.
Do not make me start reading Ben Affleck the filth.
Okay. All right. This episode's about death.
Yeah.
All right.
So August 1979, a 31-year-old woman became sick after riding Space Mountain. Now, she rides the Space Mountain. She's feeling queasy. They're at the unload area. She tells the people, hey, I don't feel good. And they're like, listen, remain seated, and we're going to remove the cargo from the track. Okay?
Yeah, because they have like a way they can kind of cart the
they're
entire track over.
They're going to move her to the
side
side so that they can get medical intervention up to help, right?
Yeah,
she doesn't feel
she's
good.
so bad, yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's what happens. The other ride operators weren't communicating with each other. You know, there's people on each side.
Yeah.
The other people on the other side were not communicating properly.
There's the guy who's talking to the people in the train, and then there's another guy who's in a weird little booth over there.
Yeah, and he hits the button.
Who hits the button? Who's usually the one who's like, make sure you keep your hands on the side and you're like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that guy didn't hear what was going on, and he accidentally sent her through the ride a second time.
Oh my God.
So she did Space Mountain again.
Which Space Mountain, just so you guys don't know, it's in the dark.
In the dark.
It's an entire roller coaster that is completely in the dark inside of a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when she arrives back at the unloading zone again, this time semi-conscious, the verbiage changes here. The victim was taken to Palm Harbor Hospital, where she remained in a coma and died 1 week later. The coroner's report attributed her death to natural causes, stating that a tumor had dislodged and entered her brain.
She had like a tumor somewhere that went. She basically had a stroke.
Yeah.
She had a stroke. Space Mountain gave her a stroke.
Yes.
And so she was mid-stroke, and then they sent her through.
They sent her back
The
through.
last thing she experienced was Space Mountain.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is, and not even like a Ric Flair joke. Like, this is like actual Space Mountain.
Yeah.
And there's like a part in it too where there's like lasers going
like,
past.
yeah.
You're having a stroke the entire time. That's fucking horrifying.
I know.
God, Disney. And people make this their whole personality.
Yeah, Disney adults.
Disney adults.
And then they dress up in the costumes that are not the costumes because you can't break the rules.
Yeah, it's called Disney bounding.
Disney bounding.
Yeah.
I'm glad you knew that.
I knew. I'm not glad.
I'm glad
I
you
know
knew that.
too much about it because sometimes feeds just hit.
Yeah.
You know, you just go, why is that person dressed like half Belle?
Yeah.
And then like it's called. Then you go to the comments. You're like, now I know a thing I'll never remember.
I didn't remember it.
I forget the color of your eyes every week.
I'm gonna spray you. Anyway,
but I didn't mention him. I didn't mention anything that you can't.
So
it's just sometimes things just take, they go in the file and that you have inside your head, which is different than the file I've been searching all weekend.
Listen to me.
What? Whitney Cummings is in it.
Don't get me started on Whitney Cummings. You know I fucking hate Whitney Cummings.
I know. You know who loved her?
Fucking worst.
You know who loves Whitney Cummings?
I know.
Can I say it?
Go ahead. You can say
Yeah,
it.
Jeffrey Epstein was a big fan of Whitney Cummings.
Specifically, which one of her bits?
Oh, he literally wrote, "I love the squirting."
Yeah. That's what you brought to the world, Whitney Cummings. That's what you brought to the world.
Oh,
Not
look at me.
one good
A lot
joke.
of people die at Disneyland. Okay, sure. All right.
Listen, while I was deep in the Disney files, I'm telling you, there were so many of them. I also found pages of just lawsuits because people love suing Disney.
Oh, well, it's a massive company.
Cash cow.
And it's well known.
Yeah.
It's a massive company. It's well known. People go through not only their parks, but also deal with their IP all the time. They have so many products. Like, it makes sense.
To be a Disney lawyer is to fucking get paid, I bet.
Yeah.
Anyway, in 1976, an unidentified woman sued Disney Parks Corporation because she claimed that a cast member dressed as one of the three little pigs in the It's a Small World attraction grabbed one of her breasts and fondled her. She claimed that afterwards she gained 50 pounds as a result of the incident and sued Disney for $150,000 in damages for assault and battery, false imprisonment, and humiliation. The plaintiff dropped the charges after Disney's lawyers presented her with a photo of the costume in question, which had only inoperable stub arms, a common feature among the shorter characters, which was eliminated in later years.
Wait, so she's like, this whole thing happened. And they were like, oh yeah? From him?
Yeah.
And he's just there with his little tiny arms?
I think they might be hooves, too.
Yeah, because he's a pig.
He's a pig. I think they're
So
hooves.
he has hooves.
Yeah.
And she's like, he grabbed me with his hands. They're like, there's no hands. There's
Yeah.
hooves. They're inoperable.
Yeah.
And this just very much feels like the Legally Blonde perm moment.
Yeah.
It's just 100% that moment.
Yeah.
Just with pigs.
Yeah.
Disney pigs.
Well, guess what?
What?
In 1978, it was alleged that a cast member playing Winnie the Pooh slapped 10-year-old Debbie Lopez and caused bruising, recurring headaches, and possible brain damage.
Wait, they're saying that Pooh went, oh, bother, and then hit a child?
Yeah, slapped the shit out of her.
What? That's what they claim.
That's what they're claiming.
They said hit her so hard they gave her brain damage.
Recurring headaches and possible brain damage.
Okay.
The worker testified that the child was tugging at his costume from behind. When he turned around, he accidentally struck the girl in the ear. At one point, during the legal case, the employee entered the courtroom after recess wearing the full Pooh costume, responded to questions while on the witness stand as Pooh would, included dancing a jig. Appearing as Pooh showed the jury that the costume's arms were too low to the ground to slap a girl of the victim's height this way. The jury acquitted the worker after 21 minutes of deliberation.
He literally did. He did the Flow Rider. He did Flow Rider. That's so crazy. oh, bother, it couldn't have been me. I just love honey. Like, but also like there's a case of, you guys can look it up when this episode's over. There's Flo Rida was being deposed.
Yeah.
And he's in court and they're trying to claim like that he stole somebody's music.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, Mr. Flo Rida, we are going to, just real fast, we just want to, just establish your resume real fast of a hit maker and an artist. So we're just going to play some songs that people might know. They then play 20 back-to-back bangers. And the whole time, Flo Rida is sitting there with like a bottle of water, just like, that one's mine.
That nailed it.
Whistle, baby, whistle, baby. And like the whole time, I was like, that's a banger. That's a banger. That's a banger.
Yeah.
Just give me the green light.
You're a big Flo Rida head.
I love a Flo Rida.
Yeah.
I do. I don't love Florida, but I love Flo Rida. Does that make sense to everybody? It took me a very long time to realize that his name was just Florida with a space in it.
Yeah.
It took me way too long. But I do love the idea of Winnie the Pooh being deposed.
I just like
because he's in the Epstein Files, all right? You can't stop me. Stop!
Again. No, but I also love the idea of like this worker was like, I am not taking the fall for accidentally knocking this little kid down who was tugging at my butt. And so they went in the back and then put the costume on. Yeah. Oh, see, now your glasses are dirty. This is what happens.
You know what?
Why don't we take a break so you can clean your glasses?
Yeah.
And when we come back, we're going to talk toilets. Potty time.
Stop paying too much for wireless just because you always have. Mint Mobile is here to fix that. Same coverage, same speed, unlimited talk, text, and data without the inflated price tag. For a limited time, get 50% off a 3, 6, or 12-month plan, all on the nation's largest 5G network. And you know what? We made the switch.
We absolutely did.
We did. We were like, we got this promo code, and we said, what are we going to do with this promo code? I don't know. Let's think about it. And then we talked to Mrs. P's own father, who was like, you're not already using Mint Mobile?
How are you not using Mint Mobile already?
And then so we did. We switched. It was almost a year ago. We've never been happier. We've never saved more money. And we've never had any issues with the service because it's on such a massive network. You can bring your current phone and number over to Mint. No long-term contracts, no hassle. Mint makes it easy with a 7-day money-back guarantee. Ready to stop paying more than you have to? For a limited time, new customers can make the switch to get unlimited premium wireless for just $15 a month. Switch now at mintmobile.com/tabs. That's mintmobile.com/tabs. Upfront payments of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for the 12-month plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Over 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Capable devices required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. Additional terms applies. See mintmobile.com. I just don't understand why you don't want to even talk about the files and all these new things that are coming out of it. Because, like, this is a major story.
Yes, I understand it's a major story, but I'm tired of hearing about it when nothing is going to happen. Do you know what I mean? For years, we've been hearing about the Epstein Files, all the horrors in the Epstein Files. And now we've got 3,000 pages of horror that everybody's talking about on Instagram, TikTok, on the news, on YouTube. Everybody's talking about it. But here's the fucking problem. Nothing is happening. They're not castrating these monsters in the street. They're not putting them in prison. They're not doing anything about it. Every single person that's listed is still going to work, is still in their car driving somewhere. I don't want to hear about something if people aren't going to do something about it.
So toilets, how toilets kill people?
Okay, so people be dying on the toilet.
Okay, gotcha.
Can you think of anybody famous that died on a toilet?
Yeah, Elvis Presley, famously. And then there's this other guy in my dreams, but that's a gold toilet.
That's a
different toilet
we
whatsoever.
We all dream of that gold toilet.
Oh, when it happens.
The gold toilet's next to a bunch of like files that were supposed to be like government secrets.
Oh, we're going to talk about files? We're going to talk about files?
No, that's not what I meant, and you know it.
All right.
Okay, British businessman and conservative politician Christopher Shale was found dead in a porta potty toilet at the Glastonbury Festival in 2001.
Huh.
And I said to myself, if you're at the Glastonbury Festival in a porta potty, what are you doing? Cocaine? But guess what?
What?
It was suspected he died of a heart attack. He was 56 years old. But they did an inquest and they found out that he had no alcohol or drugs in his system. He died of natural causes.
He might have just been hot in the porta potty. Porta potties can get hot, especially in a summer festival.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, I once almost had a heart attack at a porta potty.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I was like 19 years old.
Okay.
So I was tailgating, right? And I went to the porta potty. And I really had to use the bathroom. I was also very hammered.
Yeah.
And I went in the porta potty and I'm using it. I'm standing there, I'm peeing. And all of a sudden I heard like this noise. And that's when I looked around and realized the entire porta potty, all of the walls were covered in grasshoppers.
Oh.
Like these big, giant southern grasshoppers.
I don't like
and
that.
It was like, I was so oblivious. I was so hammered when I first walked in. I didn't notice that the walls, because they're like the same color
This is a nightmare.
green.
We might have to put a trigger warning on this.
Hold on. This is what was so crazy about it, right? So I'm peeing and I'm like, and I'm just like, okay, I just have to finish peeing because now I'm midstream.
Yeah.
I can't stop.
No.
And I was very drunk.
Yeah.
And then one of them jumped on me. And then I just started screaming. I'm like, And then like I could feel my heart tense up, my adrenaline spiked, all those different things. And then I reached back to escape.
Yeah.
And then I like fell out of the porta potty.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was like this swarm of what looked like locusts comes out.
Yeah.
And I have my pants. I'm like, ah! Yeah.
I hate that story a lot.
You hated it. I lived it.
Oh my God.
And then you married the man that happened to.
Okay, here's another person. His name's Michael Anderson Godwin.
Okay.
He was a convicted murderer from South Carolina.
Okay.
Who had his sentence reduced from death by electric chair. So this guy had been removed from the fear of death by electric chair.
So they took him off of death row.
Yes.
He was going to be in life imprisonment.
Yeah.
And they were going to give him the electric chair.
So he's in prison,
Yeah.
life in prison. He's sitting on the metal toilet in his cell. And he's fixing his television.
Okay.
And he bit one of the wires. As a result, he experienced such electric shock that it killed him.
So he turned a metal toilet into an electric chair.
Yes.
And he took himself out.
Yes.
He final destinationed himself.
No, but exactly.
Like literally the entire universe was like, no. If anyone's ever going to get fucking electrocuted
It's
on a
you,
chair,
boss.
it's you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why would you why would you unplug the television?
Unplug the television.
Unplug the television.
We're not.
But can I tell you,
Listen.
I did a lot of studies about the death penalty. And I'm against the death penalty. For the most part.
But when did you do the studies?
Oh, back when I was in high school and
okay.
stuff like that. So one of the things though that I looked into a lot was the Texas, their death row, because Texas actually will post the entire death certificate because they're one of those states where if they could, they would do the executions publicly. Like they would want to do it like on TV.
Yeah.
But they're just not there. So what they do is they post these documents, and on the documents it gives you so much detail, like not only what the person did, but also their life leading up until the moment they were put on death row and executed.
Yeah.
And as I looked at them, I realized more and more that most of these people, there was like one guy had some college.
Yeah.
Everybody else had dropped out in like elementary school, middle school. Most of them didn't even have high school degrees. When you looked at their jobs, it was like day laborers. They didn't have regular employment. And so as I was reading through it, I realized that most people who get the death penalty are lower educated, but more importantly, poor as shit.
Yeah.
Because rich people never get it. And that's why I've been against the death penalty my entire life, because I realized if you could afford lawyers can just keep filing appeals.
Yep.
And those appeals can keep things slow walking for decades.
Yeah.
And so when I hear about this guy, like, you know, there's something got him off of death row. But he clearly was also just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he was not. It wasn't a
dumb
particularly smart moment.
All you have to do to not be electrocuted by your television
Yeah.
is unplug it first.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
But also,
And this is like
I
probably
agree with you about the death penalty thing, because you just said what's been frustrating me about the files we're not talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Because wealthy people in power are never going to experience the same consequences that someone who accidentally died on a metal toilet, you know?
Yeah, well, because they can afford Alan Dershowitz, who they hate.
Huh?
There's like literally an email between Epstein and Woody Allen about Alan Dershowitz, and the whole time they just keep calling Alan Dershowitz an asshole.
Okay, we're moving on. I want to talk
Okay.
about black widow spiders.
Oh, okay.
Black widow spiders prefer this to not all of them. Some black widow spiders prefer to spin their webs below the toilet seat, particularly of outhouse toilets. So again, porta potty, outhouses, because what's going on inside of an outhouse toilet can bring a lot of flies and bugs.
Especially in a porta potty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So black widow spiders have often been known to make webs in porta potties, and then several people have been bitten while sitting on the toilet by a black widow. Yeah.
You just gave me a new fear.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen black widows in the wild in New Mexico.
What?
I was staying at a friend's house and they had a cinder block on their porch, and somebody was looking at it, was like, "Oh my God, that's a black widow nest." Not just a web.
Yeah.
It was a nest, and it was like full of them. So like we had to like take care, because she had a toddler, so we had to like take care of it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we sprayed it with all sorts of stuff, and then bought pesticide to like line everything, because they're in that area. But like as climate change has made things warmer, black widows have been moving more north and more east.
No.
Yeah.
We've got enough problems over here in the Northeast.
Well, now we got to, but I'm not saying they moved all the way northeast.
Was
but they're
Black
moving more
Widow the terrible Marvel movie?
No. You mean the one with Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
It wasn't
Friend of Woody Allen?
It wasn't.
Friend of Woody Allen? Scarlett Johansson?
I'm going to say it wasn't that bad.
What, the Black Widow movie?
The movie, not Woody Allen did was terrible. Okay? What Woody Allen did was bad. You almost got me.
Almost got you.
I'm staying on the actual Marvel movie itself.
Yeah, but it was the Black Widow. That's what I'm thinking of. No, what's the one?
Madam Web?
Madam Web. I knew it was Spider.
Web.
I knew it was Spider themed.
There's a reason we needed you here.
Okay. So let's not talk about spiders anymore. Let's talk about rats.
Rats.
Also, be in the toilet. Because sometimes rats crawl up through toilet sewer pipes and they can pop out into the toilet bowl.
No.
And
No. Hold on. No, don't add me fears. No, don't add new fears to me.
Okay.
That I'll be pooping one day and a rat pops up and bites me in the testicles?
Yeah, no, that's literally a thing. And so, but it's so funny because as I was reading about it, meanwhile, I read this, I'm like, yeah, rats in the toilet. I know about this. And then there was like things that's like, certain exterminators say this is impossible because the pipes are different size and they're too slippery, rats can do it. And I call bullshit, because growing up, we had a hard and fast rule, which was you always close the toilet seat lid, because the Philly sewer system is so old. It was made by fucking William Penn. It's so old that rats and snakes and frogs and what else, roaches, would come up through your toilet. So you always had to make sure the seat was down, the lid was down, because if you didn't, a rat could just get loose in the house. And so these exterminators were like, this doesn't happen. And I'm like, you've never lived in the city. Shut up. Anyway, rats can come up and they'll be in there.
Can I tell you, when I was a kid, I saw the movie Chud, and it made me afraid of toilets, because I was always afraid that something would burst out while I was sitting there.
Yeah.
Because that hole is a hole to somewhere.
Yep.
And because in the movie Chud, something comes out and kills the guy.
Yeah.
It pops up. I think it pops up into his butt.
In May 2016, an 11-foot snake, a reticulated python to be exact, emerged from a squat toilet and bit a man using it on his penis in Thailand. But the victim and the snake both survived.
Okay. All right. Number one, I'm not going to Thailand.
No.
Number two, there's enough having to do with like Asian toilets, but also traveling internationally when you're like, what type of toilet is this?
Yeah.
Especially when she said squat toilet.
Yeah, squat
like
toilet.
that. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. It's good.
Squatty
it's good for the
potty's
bowels.
Squatty potty's fine, but squat toilet is where you put your feet on both sides of a hole.
Yeah.
And so a snake popping out of that makes sense.
Whoop, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. No. Why are you giggling about that? That's terrifying.
Yeah, no.
Wait, are reticulated pythons, are they poisonous?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not a snake
I'm sorry,
person.
venomous.
Oh God, don't get that wrong.
Oh, they're already in the comments.
Oh no, they're in the comments. They're not waiting to hear you correct yourself.
They're not going to give us 5 stars on iTunes and Spotify.
Yeah, leave a comment.
And they're not going to
subscribe.
share this with their friends and say, "Oh my God, this episode is so funny."
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because I just said
after you write the words, it's not poisonous, it's venomous. Also right. But I love the podcast so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For creating silly Billy content during these dark times.
Because poison is plants, venom is animals.
Let's
right?
talk about other animals that can kill you.
Okay.
Horses.
Yep.
Now here's one. I didn't realize how dangerous horses were.
You what?
I didn't realize. Like I was reading, there's so many pages about people being killed and maimed by horses, and I had no idea it was this dangerous.
Christopher Reeve.
Okay. Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was thrown from a horse.
Yeah.
Couldn't be Superman no more.
Yeah.
A horse took out Superman.
And
you didn't realize that horses were dangerous?
No.
They're like 600-pound pure muscle machines.
Number one, I wasn't around horses that much. Why would I know?
You lived in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know. We have horses. There's guys riding horses around.
Yeah, there's crackheads.
They're not crackheads.
The ones that do the carts.
Okay, those guys.
Yeah, those guys are crackheads.
They might be users of.
You have those guys who do
the West Philly Riders.
The West Philly Riders. That's different.
Know.
Yeah, those are cowboys.
Those guys are cool.
And then the police have horses.
Yeah, but those are dorks.
Yeah, but why do you think they have horses?
Because they are not allowed to be. They don't want to be on the bicycle crew.
No, because the horses scare people because they're so big and imposing. And if you look at a horse's leg, it is pure muscle. Yeah. They are literally just running
But they also
machines.
seem kind of thin compared to their body.
But
they're not stable.
Look at their thighs, woman.
I mean,
look at them thighs.
I'm just listen.
Horses are listen to me. No, stop it. I had to listen to you. Horses are thick of muscles that are designed to just run fast with metal shoes on. And if they run, they stomp. What do you think? Where do you think we got the idea of trampling? Okay, and just running through crowds. Why do you think cavalry existed? Yeah. It wasn't the guys with those pointed swords going, "Oh, look at me and my saber! I'm the scary part of the horse." It was the horse was the scary part.
I don't know. I just never had any fear of horses. I didn't realize they were so scary.
How do you not? It's not that they're scary. I get it. I understand that you grew up during My Little Pony and all that other different stuff.
I didn't watch My Little Pony.
Yeah, but that's like horse propaganda.
That's horse propaganda?
Yeah, it's to make you not afraid of the horse.
Well, I think that some of the boys took it too far.
They're definitely not afraid of the horse, all right?
Because some of the bronies, they scare me now that I know what bronies are.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to explaining that one to you.
Yeah, that was rough for everybody.
All right.
But I was reading the list of all the people that passed away because of horses, and the one that I felt like was the most interesting was that the only thing that could stop Genghis Khan was a horse.
Oh, really?
Because he fell from his horse, and that eventually led to his death.
Okay.
So out of all the things that Genghis Khan did, it was a horse.
Which is crazy because the horses are how he was able to do everything he did.
Because of the riding across the continent?
Yeah, because they were able to ride across the grass highway that would take them all the way from Mongolia all the way into Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
And it was the speed of the Mongolian horse archer and then also just like how they used horses and like understood how the process and everything, they were able to build that grand empire.
Yeah.
And then eventually it, breaking up and all those different things. And that's the reason why the Russians are like that. What?
I honestly can't say anything.
No, you can't because legit, the Russians, like the Russian culture is so violently different than everybody else because they're a protection racket after they were conquered by the Russians, by the Mongolians. When they came through, when Genghis Khan and his crew came through, they were like, no, you're going to be our local guys. Yeah. That's why they were so easy when the Soviet Union fell to them to just go right back into mafia tactics.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what the Tsar and all the boyars and all of the other different levels of it. It was all just protection rackets stacked on top of each other.
Let's talk about execution by elephant.
What?
Gunga Rao, I'm hoping I said that right, was a method of capital punishment in Southeast Asia, particularly in India, where Asian elephants were used to crush, dismember, or torture captives during public executions. The animals were trained to kill people immediately or to torture them slowly over a prolonged period of time.
Oh my God.
I know. I didn't know elephants could do that.
I didn't know elephants could slowly torture. I did know about the one lady.
What? Oh, that one lady.
That one lady that
where
the
he
elephants,
came back?
Yeah, they killed her and then they came back and then knocked her casket over.
They said, fuck you.
Yeah, that was
we never forget, dude. We never forget, dude.
I mean, it does make sense now that Republicans are pro capital punishment now that I find out that elephants are tools of capital punishment in some areas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I was thinking the horses, the drawn and quartering. The horses you've explained to me now, can kill people.
Yes.
But I feel like the horses aren't in on it. The horses aren't being trained and like they're not like, we're definitely doing this on purpose. They're getting whipped on the butt and then running in a certain direction.
Well, that's the thing.
But these elephants, if you can look at an elephant and say, I need you to kill them immediately or torture them, the fact that the elephant's able to understand either of those options.
I don't think they are. I think you're talking about two separate elephants. I think you got a slow kill elephant and you got a fast kill elephant. All right.
Okay.
Because the thing is the elephant doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Because at any time, this is one of those like horrifying zoo type of things or like a circus type of things. Like they're torturing the animal itself to make them do this.
For sure.
To get them
Absolutely.
to this level. But I feel like you wouldn't have 2 settings inside of one animal. It's also like they had so many.
Yeah.
They had a ton of elephants back in the day. So it's like
They were like cats.
yeah, kind of.
Just a ton of them.
Well, there are a ton. Hey.
Listen, I want to take a break.
Okay.
And then when we come back, I want to talk about what I found out was the most dangerous job.
The most dangerous job?
Inventor.
Manage your finances and forgotten subscriptions with Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscription, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money helps you set goals and stay on budget by giving you personalized insights on your finances. See all your subscriptions in one place and cancel with just a few clicks. And we recently started using Rocket Money, and it really helped you in a big way.
Yeah.
Because you just had your big birthday, and it was a big one, and Mrs. P usually uses her birthday to find out who she's been giving money to. Because they all send you a birthday
you
email.
get a free coupon or something.
Yeah, here's a coupon, here's these things. And then that's how Mrs. P traditionally has gone through all of her different subscriptions and been like, oh, I didn't realize I was still paying for that. But instead, we used Rocket Money, we tied everything together, and then we immediately saw so many different subscriptions that we have not been using but have been paying for a while now. Rocket Money's dashboard makes it simple to manage checking, savings, loan, and investment accounts. Rocket Money gives you a clear view of your finances on one screen. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/TMT. That's rocketmoney.com/TMT. rocketmoney.com/TMT. So this segment's about inventors.
Yes.
Inventors and their crazy deaths.
It's a crazy dangerous job. I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was going to be a whole page of just inventors that died doing inventory things.
No, that makes sense to me because like inventors, like they're doing crazy, dangerous things. Oftentimes they don't have someone to test it on and they want to prove that they're so nuts. They want to prove that it's right. You know?
Yeah.
And that's why Elon isn't an inventor. He calls himself a founder, right? Even though in reality what he is an investor who steals money from the government and then moves things around in a shell game.
So there's this guy, Michael Dackery.
Okay.
In 2009, he died in a crash that occurred while testing his flying taxi device he was trying to invent.
In 2009, he tried to invent a flying taxi.
Yeah.
We have helicopters.
Well,
we have cars. And we have planes.
I think he should have learned better from Henry Smolinski, who in 1973 was killed during a test flight of his flying car. Now, I need to show you a picture of this because it's a Ford Pinto that he turned into an airplane.
Wow.
And so the Ford Pinto in the sky didn't work out. What a shock.
No, I'm not shocked by that. Also, like, who wants that? Like, that doesn't make sense to me because, again, this ends up in one of those situations when people have described flying cars. We meant like a car thing, like the size of a car that can fly. And he was like, I know, we'll strap wings to a car.
Yeah.
But then when you're done, like, you're like, oh, you're going to go back to the airfield and then store those wings there? Like, it has to be all one part.
It's all about flying for these guys.
They love
flying. Oral, I cannot say the same. Oral Vlaku. He died in his self-constructed airplane because he was trying to fly across the Carpathian Mountains.
Oh, that's where the count is from.
Yep.
The count. 1,
2, 3 Carpathian Mountains.
Look how many inventors are falling from the sky. 1 inventor. 2 inventor. Yeah, this is just so fun. There was like such a string of people who just died trying to fly for
Let me tell you about the
long.
last one I wrote down.
Okay, go ahead.
His name's Franz Reichelt.
Okay.
Reichelt. He was a tailor.
Okay.
So he's makes clothing. He fell to his death from the first deck of the Eiffel Tower during the initial test of a coat parachute that he invented and sewn. He had promised authorities that he was going to use a test dummy in the coat, right?
Okay.
So he convinces the people from the Eiffel Tower and the cops that once I get up there, I'm putting a test dummy in this outfit.
And I'm going to throw that off.
Throw it over the side.
Okay.
But instead, at the last minute, he confidently put the outfit on himself and dove off the side of the Eiffel Tower, leaping to his death, where a camera crew was taking pictures of this while it happened, by the way.
Wow.
Because this is 1912. This is a picture of the suit.
Oh my God.
He looks like a flying
How
squirrel.
long did that take to put on?
It wasn't quick. They had to suspect something.
The thing is, it's crazy. Is there's so many parachute people died.
Yeah.
So many parachute people died because you have to test them.
Yeah.
Like, you have to test them. And yeah, you could have used a dummy. This is incredible. First thing, I'm surprised the mustache didn't slow him down. Second thing, the part that's crazy to me is imagine just being there like, all right, you filming? Yeah, he's going to throw the dummy over. Is that a dummy? Ow! Like, that's like nuts. Like, how many people? I wonder if you go to Paris, if they're like, this is the spot he splatted.
No, they don't.
They don't?
They don't.
They
No, I've
don't.
been to the Eiffel Tower. There's no sign that says this guy splatted right here.
There should be.
There's a sign on top that says this is where Celine Dion sang.
Yeah, it's terrifying going up that high, too.
I'm not going to
I
find out.
know you're not, but I saw a video of Christina Aguilera singing on top of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
And she was like in the elevator and she was like freaking out
No.
as they were going up higher.
No, couldn't be me.
And then like the elevator stopped and she's like,
No.
Yeah, you don't like
Couldn't be
elevators.
me.
You don't like elevators. You don't like going to the 4th floor, much less the top of the Eiffel Tower.
No, thank you.
But yeah, I think that's...
Speaking of Eiffel Towers, let's talk about sex.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What a transition.
That's right, babes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I worked so hard to
what?
not bring it up that entire segment.
Yeah.
And then you did it.
Yeah, I did.
That's crazy.
Well, because the next thing I want to talk about is people that die during sex.
Okay.
Because that's a weird way to go, or a fun way to go, depending, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
In 1999, in Romania,
Oh, I don't like that.
a man and woman died of carbon monoxide poisoning because they were having sex in a car, which they had parked in a garage with the car still running.
That feels more Polish than Romanian, but
Wow.
but I'm bummed. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But
I
this
feel like
sex, this sex was really good. I know, man. I've never felt this way before.
I'm super
'cause
dizzy, dude.
You got carbon monoxide poisoning
I sure did
once.
get carbon monoxide, but not in a car.
Not in a car, and that was because we had a bad landlord and a
Yeah.
bad heating system.
Yeah, landlord had Frankenstein the heating system together, and it broke, and
Yeah.
then carbon monoxide poisoning in the house.
And we took that settlement check money.
Yeah, we did.
And we went to Tampa, Florida to watch the Phillies
yeah,
play
to go to
spring training.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
I forgot that.
Yeah, because from the carbon monoxide
Yeah,
poisoning.
because of the carbon monoxide got my brain
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hopped on Frontier Airlines.
Yeah.
Flew down and went
The SEPTA bus of the sky.
Yeah, we went
Took
down.
that down there. Got to go
Yeah.
see the Phils.
Yeah, meanwhile, those two people, they just fucked.
Yeah, no.
Honestly.
The craziest thing about carbon monoxide poisoning, as someone who experienced it,
Yeah.
was that it made my brain, like, I couldn't remember things that were like right in front of me in such a weird way. Like, it blocked something in my mind.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, at a certain point, I was so dizzy. I knew something was going on, so I went outside. I opened all the windows in the house, and I went out back to my backyard to get a breath of fresh air because I was like, I just need to breathe for a minute. Something's wrong. I couldn't place what was wrong. And I'll never forget our next door neighbor, Gary, was out back smoking a blunt, as he always was.
He was an old Vietnam veteran who had a
Yeah.
marijuana tattoo he got in Tijuana on his arm.
Yeah, and he had marijuana plants growing in the backyard all the time.
And he also had a Street Fighter 2 arcade pinball machine in his house.
in his living
and he
room.
always wanted me to come over and play
Yeah,
it.
for
And I was
sure.
like, Gary, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, anyway, I'm in the backyard trying to catch my bearings and figure out what's going on. And Gary's next to me smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Gary's like, yo, what's wrong, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. I think something's wrong in the house. I need to call the fire department. Do you know what number to call? And Gary's like, 911. And I was like, what's the number for 911? And he goes, you're not okay.
Yeah,
And he
Jesus.
came around, he came out of the front of the house and he got the dog because he knew that when the ambulance and the fire department got there, it'd be a whole hullabaloo. So he came in the house and got all the pets out so that when they came through, and also he was concerned that they were going to get carbon monoxide.
And meanwhile, I was at work.
Yeah.
And then I think you had Gary call me.
Yeah.
And like talk to me, and I was just starting a new job in a company I was already working for.
Yeah.
So I was in the middle of training, and I was like, "That's okay. I guess she's okay. Like, yeah, she's with the fire department or whatever. They're putting her in an ambulance." And I'm like, "What do I do?" And I looked at my trainer, and my trainer's husband was a chief of a fire company, like out in the suburbs. So she called him, and he was like, he wants to know why you're still at work and why you aren't at the hospital with your wife. I was like, 'cause I don't know what to do with the situation.
I've never experienced this before.
We need the health insurance so she can go into the decompression chamber or whatever.
Yeah, whatever, man.
It was a whole thing. But meanwhile, these Romanians, they were just
boinking.
They were just
Let's talk about Pope John Paul. No, just Pope John the 12th. He has no Paul.
They were just boinking.
So it is believed that Pope John the 12th died of a paralytic stroke suffered while having sex with a woman named Stefanata.
Stefanata?
Stefanata.
We got to bring back names like Stefanata.
Stefanata.
That's definitely
that's Lady Gaga's real name. No, that's not her.
No, her
name.
name's Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Stefanata. That's
I love
so Italian.
But some people see, this is the thing. The historical records are a little obscure because the Catholic Church don't want to tell you nothing about what happened here in this situation.
Yeah.
Because some people believe that he actually died because the woman's husband threw him out of the window when he caught them.
They defenestrated him.
Yes.
That's what that's called. There's a whole thing in Europe of people getting thrown out of windows.
Yes.
They still do that in Russia.
But yeah, they sure do.
Yeah.
But also there are some people that wrote the history down that he was actually beaten to death with a hammer when the husband came home. So either he died from a stroke, was thrown out a window, or was hammered to death with Stefanata. Who knows?
I'm gonna go
Not
ahead.
me.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that he was probably hammered. Not by a hammer though.
Whoa.
I mean, listen, I'm guessing he's an older guy because he's a pope.
Yeah.
And like that does happen sometimes. Sometimes old guys they have a little death so hard it becomes a big death, right?
So yeah. British actor Patrick Troughton, I guess it's Troughton. Patrick Troughton.
Yeah.
Who played the second Doctor of Doctor Who.
Yeah, he's the one with the penny whistle or whatever they have.
He died in March of 1987 of a heart attack in his hotel room. It has been strongly rumored and implied that he died during intercourse with a fan he had met at a convention he was attending.
Mm-hmm. So that fan is probably like, oh no, is he going to regenerate? No, regenerate, turn into David Tennant. Oh my God, that's insane.
Her pussy's called the Dalek.
Whoa! That's wild.
Yeah.
Babe.
Sorry.
That was too far.
Not sorry.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the plunger joke.
In 2013, a man...
Imagine if he's hooking up with somebody, he's like, oh, he's bigger on the inside. Okay,
No,
sorry.
no.
Right.
See?
No?
You took it too far.
The TARDIS joke is too far?
In 2013,
called me master.
A man and woman in Zimbabwe were having sex outdoors, and they were attacked by a lion.
That's not fun.
No.
That's terrifying.
I know, but it's a crazy way to go.
Yeah, they both died.
The woman died. The guy didn't die.
Oh, the guy was faster.
That's usually the problem.
Whoa, hey.
What?
Hashtag not all men.
Okay. Felix Faure, he was the president of France from 1895 to 1899.
And his wife had a penis.
No,
that's what Candace
This is
Owens
not
says.
a Candace Owens show.
We should put her in the thumbnail, though. It does do
Always
well.
put Candace Owens in a thumbnail.
It does well when you put Candace Owens in the thumbnail. We learned that last week.
Woo. It's widely reported that he died while receiving fellatio from his mistress, Marguerite. The cause of death was listed as cerebral hemorrhage.
You know what? Yeah.
Marguerite.
Blowing your dome while getting it. That sounds pretty French.
Woo.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Very French president.
Very French.
Very French president of
Marguerite.
I wish, you know what? Politicians, they used to just go.
The politicians used to just go.
They used to just go, and now they just stick around.
Nelson Rockefeller.
He was a politician.
Former vice president of the United States and heir to the Rockefeller family fortune.
Yeah.
Died in 1979 of a heart attack at age 70. Rumored to have been caused by an orgasm during intercourse with his secretary, Megan.
Yeah.
The unusual circumstances surrounding his death caused New York Magazine to write, quote, Nelson thought he was coming, but he was going.
Whoa! New York Magazine wrote that?
Yo.
Oh my God.
That is such an incredible line.
Number one, that's up there with headless body found in topless bar.
Yeah.
That is nuts, number one. Number two, Yeah, he was Gerald Ford's vice president.
Yeah.
And Gerald Ford famously is one of the only presidents in history to have never been elected even as a vice president, because he replaced Richard Nixon. But before that, he replaced Spiro Agnew.
Okay.
And if you look at the crimes those two committed,
Well,
fucking nowhere near. Like when you pine for the old days, ooh, a little Watergate.
Yeah,
A little
ooh.
Spiro Agnew real estate venture.
a little con on.
Oh, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. But yeah, no, they Nelson Rockefeller.
Those things were not nice, by the way.
No, they were not nice. But comparatively,
I just know somebody's gonna be like, you're downplaying.
yeah, no one
we
ever.
know they're not.
No one
nice.
ever got squirted in the face by their wife for bringing up Watergate too often. Okay.
Sir Billy Snedden, an Australian politician and former leader of the Liberal Party.
Which is conservatives down there.
That's conservative.
Because it's backwards, right?
Just like the water,
toilets.
yeah. Back to toilets. He, quote, expired at the peak of physical Congress, is how they described it in the news media. In 1987, 19 years later, his son and lover of the same woman who Snedden was having sex with at the time of his death was quoted as saying, quote, I'm sure the old man went out happy. Anyone would be proud to die on the job.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
dude.
that why they call it Congress? Because they're all fucking us all the time?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's at the height of Congress
The
he
height
went.
of-
And then it turned out this politician's son is banging the mistress he died inside of?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That's
weird.
Australia, what the fuck is your problem?
They got too many spiders and snakes and things that can kill you down there.
I don't know,
They're
man.
living on the edge down there.
Oh, God. And all they export is like fucking health gurus. That's it. That's their only
But,
export.
hey, whoa.
They have health gurus and they have koalas with chlamydia.
Yeah.
And they have what's the other one? Who's the gay Wolverine? Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. I'm gonna give you this from Australia. Great at mullets.
They are good at mullets.
When it comes to a mullet,
yeah,
when I see an Australian with a mullet, I'm like, that's a good looking haircut right there.
that is a good looking.
You see an
haircut.
American with a mullet, you're like, no thanks.
Yeah, American mullets and versus
Let
Australian
me tell you about the
mullets.
last story I found about dying by sexual intercourse.
Okay, sex death.
Sex death.
Okay.
In 2020, a 35-year-old man collapsed and died in the company of a prostitute in Malawi. Local police and later the general practitioner of the nearby health center examined his body and determined that the cause of death to be, quote, excessive orgasm caused blood vessels in the brain to rupture. Police said the sex worker would not be prosecuted because she, quote, committed no crime by being too sweet for the man.
Too sweet. That's what they look like.
Too sweet.
Too sweet. Boop. But they literally were like, pussy that good ain't a crime.
Yay!
That's so crazy.
They said we can't lock
Oh.
her up. We can't hide her away from the people.
If anything, it's just going to make her stronger.
Oh, people knock it like when you hear that drugs might kill you.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, so then
gotta
you're
try
like,
those.
Well, you know what? I'll never forget. A friend of mine was telling me about, he knew a drug addict he was talking to, and the guy was saying about like this specific drug and how it almost killed him. And he was
Yeah.
like, but it was so trippy. And my buddy looked him dead in the face and went, yeah, man. Death is trippy. Think about it all the time, especially because like you don't have in there like all the people. When I was in high school,
Yeah.
we had a huffing death that happened in our area.
Oh, well, yeah, because you're suburb kids.
Yeah,
You
we're
do the
suburb
huffing.
kids. Yeah, suburb kids love a huff.
They love duster.
I know this isn't in your list, but anyway, what it was these four girls were huffing duster in a car.
Yeah.
And they got on the highway and they hit a tree.
Okay.
And it was real tragic. The tree was across the street from our gym teacher's house.
Oh, boy.
All right. Different school district, but the gym teacher was like, we got to teach these kids to not huff keyboard cleaner.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he did because, we're stupid. We're dumb kids.
Yeah.
And so they showed us this video. They took everyone in the school.
Yeah.
The entire school. They took us to the auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
It's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
They put on the big projector. They roll this tape. And it's about the horrors of huffing.
Yeah.
And they start showing us people who are huffing gold paint.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody, because the Huffers believe that you need to have the metal paints are better.
Yeah.
So there's so many funny videos of people who look like they just sucked off the Tin Man.
Yeah.
Or like they blew Lieutenant Commander Data, because they're just gold, because they're spraying in a bag and they're huffing the bag, and so it's all crazy.
Yeah.
But then they got to the tragic one,
which
was this younger guy about our age. I think he was like 14 or 15. And his whole thing is he liked to spray into a bag, and then he would put the bag over his head. And then he would huff in the bag.
Nope.
And he would tie it off with a belt.
No.
And he did all this in a shed in the backyard that he would lock himself in.
No.
And then he would be a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? Well, he died.
Yeah.
He died with a bag over his head, belt around his neck, pants around his ankles. And his mom had to get a neighbor to cut the locks to get in.
Oh, my God.
And she was describing this in detail to us.
No.
And like the whole place is full of teenagers who are just laughing.
No!
Laughing for it. I want you to picture 1,000 teenagers be like, I didn't know you could die like that. Oh, and then and then they keep showing his picture, and I'm like, gee, you're in hell. You're in hell. You're 14 and you're dead. And schools of killed kids you've never met are like, that fucking moron. It was so, and so I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Because he went out there to his whack shack. Sometimes he went to come into his whack shack, but he never came out.
Never came out.
No.
I didn't know many people doing Duster back in the day.
No.
It wasn't thing that, but the real introduction I had to Duster and huffing is, I think, the greatest example of why not to do it, which is the Intervention episode with the Duster Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody who's ever watched Intervention knows about the Duster Girl.
She
started a cult.
Yeah, she did.
She started a cult. I should do an episode on her because she got famous on Facebook after that episode, and then she slowly made people join
Which
a cult.
is crazy. It's back in the day when like famous on Facebook was like 8,000 followers.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God. You know, it's back there with like YouTube when they're like, this lady got 10,000 views on YouTube, and then she's like in a parade, like a literal parade in her small town.
And then now Mr. Beast comes and just kicks over your table if you have less than 10,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid Mr. Beast.
Okay.
But that's everybody that I wrote down. But there's a lot more.
There's so many. That's a crazy amount of deaths. I'm going to tell you that I think my favorite is dude shooting himself in the tummy with the coconut. And it's not because he's in Pennsylvania, just because I can just like being like, how do you open this thing? Bah, bah. Oh, like that's just how I picture it.
But also, why not just shoot the coconut?
Yeah, okay, well, don't waste bullets. But also, like, you didn't have a knife. It's just like when, it reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Homer has a gun.
I don't know that one.
There's an episode of The Simpsons where Homer buys a gun, and he literally tries to use the gun as the tool for everything.
Yeah.
Including changing the channel. He's like shooting the TV and stuff like that. He's opening beers with it.
America.
And it's very America. It's very America.
I don't know if I have a favorite one. It might be the Squirrel Eiffel Tower guy. Because the outfit and mustache is so funny.
And when you say squirrel, it's because you're picturing as a flying squirrel.
He looks like a flying squirrel.
Yeah.
And that mustache, he looks like a person I know.
I will say every time I've ever heard about a parachute inventor falling, and actually it's a real thing with actual parachutes. You know, if you pack parachutes, especially for the Army, at any point in time, you can be challenged to go up and jump with that parachute on.
Okay.
That's to make sure that the people who are packing the parachutes are packing it as well enough for themselves to survive. Because, you know, if you're packing for somebody else, eventually, listen, you've done roll-ups at a restaurant, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're never challenged to be like, oh yeah? You think that knife and fork are spotless?
Yeah.
Go eat a steak with them. That's never going to happen. But if you're in the Army and you're packing parachutes all day, it's a monotonous job of folding these things and making sure they're not tangled.
Yeah.
And so eventually
they wouldn't put me in charge of that job.
No.
They'd have me peeling potatoes.
You would be a potato peeler.
Yeah, for
that would
sure.
be it. But that's the thing that they'll do. They'll be like, go up there with it.
My favorite, I think, because I've decided, my favorite is the lady that died in the haunted thing in Disney. Because again, that would be so fun for me if I was a ghost.
I would say haunting Disney adults would be fun.
But I'd be stuck,
I feel like
I'd be stuck haunting Hershey Park.
That's about it from us. 5 stars, likes, comments, subscribe, all those different things right here. And we'll see you next week, every week, Sunday at noon.